Welcome to another Zincast. Let's try to keep this one short. Famous last words. All right. So, waited for the 12Z models again, but I did want to go over some things from last night. The one thing is, the European model has been very consistent on a more robust storm system. And the GFS specifically, pretty much all yesterday through last evening, wanted to really shear the storm out and stretch it out and kind of have it lose its power. But the GFS as of today, the 12Z runs, starting, it's not carbon copy the Euro whatsoever, but it's starting to not shear out the storm. So let's just go ahead and look at the 12Z European model that just printed. It's actually still printing, but we're not interested in after this storm. We'll deal with after this storm. And let's look at right now. So again, you have this. This is important. This piece of energy here, okay? This one, the subtropical. This one in the polar. They meet up a little late, so that's why maybe see a snow shower tomorrow or something later today into tomorrow. But that ends up swinging out here, and again, just slowing down the pattern just a little bit. It's like a little mini block, okay? And it's like because now when this storm has to merge onto the highway, there's someone who doesn't know how to merge in front of them. That's the best way to describe it, all right? Now, here comes our energy, okay? And again, this is 500 millibars in the atmosphere, all right? Now, this energy, you could see in the European is more consolidated and a lot more robust, specifically as it hits the coast, okay? I mean, that is a lot of energy, okay? And if we go ahead and look at the surface, 850 millibars, we can see, so just where that low is also tracking. And this might be a little bit concerning for some, maybe some mixing, verbatim, some mixing issues because of how the winds are coming off the warm oceans. But again, this signal here is nice, and then you see that the storm really gets going as it pulls away. And you can also notice how the storm is, specifically in the European, I'm just trying to find my commands here to draw, I keep forgetting them, goes like that, right? You see that, all right? That's the track of this, which is important because, look, if this storm went like this, you wouldn't be getting too much snow up here, right? Because the precipitation shield would be like that. So European is showing a little close to the coast, which again means a little warmer for the coast, means central, places in southern to central Jersey. Unfortunately, you're going to be on the warmer side of the storm. But again, we don't want to get into the huge details yet. We're still 4 days away, right? So we just kind of want to use this as a tool and see what it's showing and what are the possibilities. But European has been fairly consistent. Let us swing over to the GFS. Now, this is the GFS from last night. I want to show you the GFS from last night because here is that same time frame. And you could see this energy? See how it's like all spread out, shearing apart. And even when it gets here, like, look, it's not consolidated. It's all over the place. And yeah, the last second it tries to kind of get itself together. This was when the GFS was actually it's slightly moving towards the European. But if we look at today's run of the 12Z GFS, let's see down here already. It's sorry, that's not now. Hold on, excuse me. Sorry. All right, you can see down here. This is already a lot more consolidated, and it's got a little bit more of its act together. Remember, I said it's starting to look more like the European. Again, it's still really, and then again, the next frame here, this actually looks a lot better, but it's still not there. So it's like a weaker storm system. And from that, if we go ahead and look at 850 on that, let's back up so we could see the low here. And you see how this track, the GFS track, more like that, right? Does not go as far north before it starts moving east. So those are the fundamental differences. I mean, again, GFS is also weaker, which is why it's allowing to escape off the coast more. The European is more wrapped up, so it kind of slows down a little bit and kind of rides north more before it starts making that easterly turn. So, I mean, these, you know, like I said, devil in the details always. All right, let's go ahead and just look at the surface, and then we'll do the snow maps. Let's clear out that. So here is the surface picture for the European 12Z European from today. So that's that storm that goes out to sea and sets up the little roadblock, right? And then here comes our storm for late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. And you could obviously see the mixing issues down here, rain to the south, snow to the north, but this snow gets all the way up into, you know, Albany, Vermont, and so on. Down here, the Orange County area, Sullivan County, those counties are right in the thick of, I think, the highest snowfall in this verbatim, if this exact track happened. And then the storm shifts off. Let's zoom in. Want to see that zoomed in? Let's zoom in and take a look at that again. So again, the low is a little tucked in. Okay, and you can see how it's moving north. So now, for places central Jersey down south, for you to get more snow, this low needs to be a little bit further east, right? Okay, and then it needs to move more like this. This kind of goes like this, and then starts going that way. So that's why you're seeing that. But again, I wouldn't take this all verbatim, because it's going to, the windshield wipers, it's going to keep flip-flopping, and it's going to go down here, it's going to go up there, and that's the way it's going to be. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the snow maps. Remember, this is not a forecast, okay? This is just a model printout of a snow map. It does horrible, it's assuming 10-to-1 ratios, just as food for thought. There you go. So you can see the bulk of the heaviest snow is to the north of the region, but definitely plowable snow from New York City on up. New York City is right on that border. Unfortunately, points south. Again, in this specific model run. But what happens if it does track a little bit, you know, further east? What happens if the GFS is onto it? Or what happens if there's a blend, right? Maybe the storm goes somewhere in between, right? Well, here you go. This is the GFS, 12Z GFS snowfall map, and you can see you have snow all the way down into, past central Jersey, into southern Jersey. The jackpot is a thinner line because this storm is weaker and kind of moves more this way, so that you get trail banded right in here. But still, again, two different model solutions. And if you want to go look at the UK Met, it's a different model solution. You want to look at the Canadian. Actually, I think the Canadian is one of the snowiest, or at least the one last night. I didn't look at it for 12Z, but the OZ was definitely pretty impressive on a fairly strong storm. But the key thing is, the timing is pretty much down. Late Saturday night, depending on where you are, into Sunday. And there's going to be some winter weather. So we are tracking it. That's all we can do. Remember, these models do not make the weather. The weather is going to do what it wants. And it's going to set up exactly how it wants. And never a model has ever predicted the track exactly. And with this type of storm system, 20-mile difference, it's going to make a big difference. Also, the strength. I do think, though, the European is onto something with the strength. GFS, again, seemed like an outlier on a weaker solution. And again, it's catching up. It seems to be producing a stronger storm. So, you know what time it is? It's time to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and the notification button. So when I make the video, you get notified, and then you can go ahead and watch it, and then you know everything you need to know about the weather or about the storm system. Because I'm not doing your daily forecast. What's today's temperature? I don't know. Check your watch. You probably have an app for that. Okay? Anyway, like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is going to be, you know, an inland special. And, you know, Rockland County down south, we're going to get screwed again. Or do you think everyone cashes in? Or do you think this is a, you know, a tri-state special where the city cashes in the most? I don't know. Put it in the comments. And, we'll do more of these. This is exciting. I think I've made more videos about potential storm this year than I have all last year. And we're only on storm 1. More to come. Have a good one, everyone.